Thank you for joining me today for the CTE Administrators Update. This is Adrian Knight, the CTE Coordinator with Region 7 Education Service Center. Hope everything is going well for you today. First thing we want to talk about is the release of the PEIMS numbers for the new CTE courses for the 2017-18 school year. I know a lot of people were looking forward to getting those numbers so they could go ahead and start getting information put into their student management systems and creating student course guides. We do have a link here on this particular presentation to the Texas Education Data Standards. That is the location, or that's a document that contains the PEIMS numbers. And so when we go to that and we scroll down, you notice it's a 200-page document, but we're looking for page 8.4.50. That is where the PEIMS numbers start for our CTE courses. And if you'll look right up here, I believe it's page 52 of the entire document. I believe that is correct, or somewhere that will get us close. Yes, page 52. And we start with the chapter 127, those career development courses. And then it goes into your chapter 130, your CTE courses by cluster. There are some innovative courses listed. However, there may also be some innovative courses that are still under review, which will be added as we go on in the near future, hopefully in early spring, late winter, early spring is when some of those innovative courses may be added. But you've got those course numbers, so you can go ahead and start using them however you need to. Of course, with our new CTE courses, something that's been out for a few months now is a document that we created here at Region 7. If you go to the CTE webpage and scroll down, you'll see it here. It is the CTE course sequence and prerequisite. It is a printable document, so you are more than welcome to download it. When we get what we feel will be the final version of it, we will go ahead and make some hard copies that we will be happy to share with districts. Some of you may have seen this. Like I said, it's been floating around for 2 or 3 months now. Just want to take a few minutes to explain the method behind the madness. If you have not seen this one already, you'll notice we do have a page for each of the career cluster areas, and each page has all of the courses listed on there that are in the new TEKS for 2017-18 for that particular career cluster. If you print it double-sided, then on the back side of that, you will have the prerequisites or co-requisites that are required according to information in the new TEKS. But again, we do have a page for each of the career clusters, and all of those courses in that career cluster are listed on there. You'll notice next to the title of each course, there is a number in parentheses. That's the number of credits that course can be offered for. In the past, we've had the possibility of offering ranges like 1/2 or 1 credit. There may have been a course that could be 2 or 3 credits, and you had that option. Well, those options are no longer out there. They're hard and fast on the credit side, and so that's what you see in the parentheses here. The horizontal bars, these are courses that kind of run the gamut. So any student that's in a Principles of Ag class, they can come out of there and they can go kind of in a pathway that leads more over into the Ag Mech and Metal, or they could do one that's more animal science related, or they could come out of Principles and go into one that's more horticulture related, and along those lines. And then again, we get down here to the bottom, and these are more of your capstone courses. In these, we'll take students that come through any of these pathways up above can end up in a practicum class, or that ag lab and field experience can be tacked on to any of these courses up here, with the exception of the principles course. So that's why we have the horizontal bars in some of these areas. The red asterisks indicate courses that count for core credit, and then down at the bottom of the page, you'll see the code as to whether it's a math, science, English, language arts, or a fine art credit. So that is the idea behind the construction of this particular document. If we scroll on through and we get closer to the end, we do have a couple of pages that we've added on this particular version. Here is a quick reference guide to the CTE courses that count for core credit. And we have those split out by core area, the name of the course and the PEAMS number on there. And then the Chapter 127, those CTE courses, the career development courses, you'll see some of those on here. And this is where you'll see the career prep, the applied math for technical professionals, and then also the 127 courses that can be offered down in the middle school. So that's that particular document. We hope it's useful. And again, you can download it. If you notice a mistake in there, please let us know. If you have an idea about how it could be more beneficial or more user-friendly, please let us know that also. Like I mentioned, we're on the fourth or fifth version of this. So we are all about trying to make changes and make it as beneficial and as useful as possible to those that are using it. So we started off with that link to our Region 7 CTE page, and you found that link there. This link right here will take you directly to that particular document. Something else we want to mention that's associated with those new courses for 2017-18, we do have those new TEKS, and we do have some new TEKS training that will be available in late spring, probably around that April, May area or timeline. And it's going to be mostly online through Texas Gateway. There is a company that is developing online modules for training in implementing the new TEKS. You'll notice there on the screen, you've got that one broad overview module that they'll be creating, then one for administrators and counselors, another module for those career development, those Chapter 127 courses, and then one module for each of the 16 career clusters. Something that we have talked about here at Region 7 and as well as at other service centers throughout the state is how this training might look, other than just having a teacher sit down on their own and go through the modules online. We've thought about maybe having a location or a time set aside where we either have access to a computer lab or teachers and participants bring in their own device. We have a dedicated time where they can go through those modules, possibly in teams. If we are in a location and there are business teachers from several different districts and they want to go through that module together and share ideas about what are some of the new things they notice that have been included in the course, or possibly how to teach a particular skill, or what that might look like in their classroom and what resources would be needed to teach those, and just to provide an opportunity for teachers to bounce ideas off each other. We're looking at that possibility. If you think that is something that might work, I'm more than open to feedback. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. And or if you are in a district and you hear this and you're willing to host a day like that, probably be during the summer, that June, July, August, early August time frame. So if you would like to host a day like that, or possibly a couple of days, please let me know, and we will work together and see if we can utilize your facility. That would be awesome. There's also a new statewide teacher mentor program for new CTE teachers. The turnover rate for new CTE teachers is quite a bit above the average for new teachers in other areas all across the state. And so TEA has decided to develop a mentor program for CTE teachers. Part of it will be providing support through online communities, kind of like private Facebook pages, and then, of course, having mentors throughout the state to connect with new CTE teachers. They're looking for somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 people who will be willing to serve as mentors for these new CTE teachers, and they'll be going through training and professional development opportunities in there. The first training for the mentors will take place in February 3rd and 4th at the TCEC Midwinter Conference in San Antonio, and then there will be another day of follow-up at a later time. Of course, you can attend the training yourself, or if there are others that you know that might be willing to be a mentor, please spread the word, and let's see if we can get as many as possible. I know they're shooting for 60, but if we have a few more than that, I'm sure that that will definitely be very helpful and help this program succeed. There's contact information. If you want to contact any of those people directly, you are more than welcome to do so. Of course, as always, you can contact me here at the Service Center, and I'll have my contact information up just a little bit later on. Something that we're really excited about here at Region 7 is the Professional Counselors Academy that's going to be held in Tyler on January 23rd and 24th. This is modeled after the Professional Counselors Academy that is usually held in October down in Austin every year. And it's going to be set up the same way. You'll have a phase one where you come together for a couple of days, and then possibly we'll have a project or something that you want to concentrate on as part of your work throughout the school year. And then the whole group, the cohort, will come back sometime in the summer and share their ideas about what went well, what were challenges throughout that particular project that they were working on. Karen Alexander with Achieve Texas and Texas Tech University, she kind of spearheads this event along with some TEA, CTE staff. As soon as we get information about registration and all that, we will definitely be sending it out. A really great opportunity for counselors in the East Texas area. We are definitely excited about that. Some other upcoming events. We have a CTE networking meeting on January 10th at Lindale High School, starting at 9 a.m. to 12 noon. We've had 4 of these networking meetings in the last 6 weeks in different parts of the region, and they have been very successful. It's just a time to get together, and after we get past all the formalities of starting the meeting, then we just kind of open the floor and let the folks from different districts talk about some of the ideas they have, courses they may be looking at offering, and are wanting some input from other schools that may have already been there, done that, for lack of a better term. Also share maybe some ideas about possible dual credit or sharing teachers or just whatever. It's amazing. I'm always amazed at the ideas that come out from these meetings. So I think they are very beneficial. We try to have them in different geographic regions of Region 7, so that way schools that are close to each other can just kind of keep in touch and see what each other is doing and see if there's any way they can help each other out and partner on some events. But again, the next one coming up, January 10th, Lindale High School from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Of course, the Professional Counselors Academy that I just mentioned, 23rd and 24th of January in Tyler. A TCEC, that Texas Career Education Conference, February 1st through 3rd in San Antonio. And there's a link to that website. You can go directly to their website and get more information about that. Usually a great opportunity for some professional development for teachers and administrators. And of course, February is CTE month. So you want to make sure that you've got some activities planned to publicize and get your CTE program out there in front of everyone. 2017 is kind of a landmark year for CTE programs. Back in 1917, the Smith-Hughes Act was passed in February of that year. And many folks point to that Smith-Hughes Act as the beginning for career and technical education. Of course, back then it was known as vocational education, but that kind of diverted some federal money into those programs. I know the Future Farmers of America, or what is now the National FFA organization, they kind of point to the Smith-Hughes Act as the beginning for them. And nationwide, our CTE programs, that's really where we feel like it all began. And again, we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the passing of the Smith-Hughes Act back in February of 1917. So a great time and a great year to really publicize what your CTE programs are doing in your schools. As always, you are more than welcome to contact me anytime at all, either by email or by phone. If there's any way that I can help you, whether it's a question or two that you would like answered, or maybe you've got an idea about what you want to do and you just need some affirmation, or possibly you're looking at implementing a new course sequence at your school, or pursuing implementing another pathway at your school, and would like for me to come out and sit down with you and go through teacher certifications, master schedule possibilities, anything like that, I'd be more than happy to do so. Please just give me a call or send me an email, and I will help you out however I can. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you have a great rest of the day. And if I don't see you or talk to you before then, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a safe and blessed holiday season. Thank you, and I will talk to you soon.